Hey guys, and yeah, welcome back to Dune Awakening. We're back on Dune Awakening because recently I started to do a playthrough of Dune Awakening. But while I enjoy the game massively, I don't see much value in a playthrough for me. I've seen other people do playthroughs, and I think that's brilliant. And I wish them the best of luck with that. Personally, I think all of 7 people watched my playthrough on Dune Awakening, the first 2 episodes, so that just goes to show you how good that was in the first place. As for the game, I'm not here to do a game review, but as for the game, there is a lot involved. I find it fun to play, but I don't see an awful lot of replayability left in it. The other thing is I see a lot of dead bases. A lot of dead bases all over the place, actually. So I'm not sure how much of a future this game has. Hopefully it does have a future. Hopefully they will get to grips with it. Problems such as the building sets. There's not many building sets to choose from, to be honest with you. As for what your character's wearing, they've already got a system in place, so you can kind of wear what you want to, but kind of not. Suffice to say, without me running down the list, there are quite a few issues with the game that they're going to address. But I would also say there's a lot of great things about the game as well. I do like the building system. I like the way you can trade your base designs with people, sell them or give them to them. And I very much enjoy the game and I very much enjoy the story. But the reason why I'm doing this today is partially so that if you guys want to see a base design, you feel free to watch this, have a look, and yeah, I'd be really pleased if it gives you any ideas. When I started my channel, I did largely use it to sort of memorize games that I'd played, bases that I had for the people that I was with. And I used it as a kind of a memory story, so I could look back on things that I'd done and bases that I had built, so that if I went back in the future, I would know A, how they were built, and B, what they looked like, and how I could do things better if I did the base again. And so I'm at that stage with Dune where I'm not quite at the end game, not quite. I still have a few missions to go before I get there. I've yet to enter the deep desert. So I'm not at that stage yet. I'm just at that stage. I've just done the nuclear area. And I'm at the duraluminum or duraluminum stage. Sorry if you're American. I guess duraluminum stage, and that's how the game also has it pronounced. So with that in mind, the reason I'm doing this is because I want to have a memory of this base. I'm not sure how much longer, I will potentially go with this game. I'd like to have a memory of the base I built. I like it. It's actually very versatile, and I think even if you are playing Dune Awakening at the moment, this base is extremely good. It's seen me from the design has seen me from beginning to almost end. It's very cheap, it's very simple to make, and yet I think it also is very aesthetically pleasing. So, even though you live in the sand dunes, doesn't mean you have to live in a shithole. With that being said, I'm going to get on with it. Right, so let's hop in our Ornithopter. I do like these things. I think they're marvelous. When you finally get one of these in the game, it opens up a whole world of opportunities for you. I wouldn't say there's no more getting eaten by sandworms, but it becomes a little less of a problem. I mean, you fly too low in these, and you can get eaten by sandworms, even if you are an ornithopter. But it certainly makes traversing the map a lot easier, especially as you can go off the sides of the map and then re-enter again. So here we are, we're coming up to it. As you can see, I am parked right next door to my next door neighbours here. It's a rather large dead base just there. I think I see a little bit of activity over there sometimes. I see someone flying out of an ornithopter and back on, but I know they say this game is mostly PvP, but to be honest with you, I've barely run into anybody. It's almost like playing a single player game. Not gonna lie, I kind of like it. So here we are. This is my base. As you can see, it's largely a hexagon style build. You can see I have pentashields at the top. Those are my landing bays for my assault ornithopter, and this is my scout ornithopter. So I'm going to spin around so we can see it. And as you can see, I have my my wind and water traps placed out the back here. There's a nice little ledge where I can place them. Like I said, I like to think this base is really quite sort of, you know, it's also basic material. So this is the not the it's the tomb set, but it's not the facility. So it's just, this is just the basic building blocks that everybody gets at the beginning. So it's not even very complex, he says as he tries to park properly. There we go. So as you can see with this base, this is a normal advanced life that I have down. It costs every 2 weeks in real time. It costs me 4,000 Solari. 4,000 Solari may seem like a lot, but in actual fact in this game, it's kind of nothing. You can make that pretty easily. You could probably make that in a couple of days, and at my level for the quests you're doing, you can make that easily in an hour. Way more than that in an hour. So, you know, that really is nothing. And again, that's just a game mechanic, really, the taxes in this, so that when, you know, your base becomes dead and you no longer play the game, it gets wiped, which is another reason why I'm doing this video. If I ever do leave it for too long, then I have a memory, at least, of what I did here. So, as you can see around here, I have the various pentashields up. So these stop, you know, other people from coming in. That means I still get this wonderful light. And believe me, they don't give you a lot of lights in this game. There is not a lot of lights to go in the base. It's my assault ornithopter. I'm sure you've probably all seen one before. Yep, again. So this is the top part of the base, the very top floor, as you can see. Pentashields pretty much all the way around. Little storage box for all my parts, pieces, and some fuel batteries, fuel cells. Out here, as I said, we have my wind traps. So these passively create water for me. I put filters into these, and they basically fill up my water storage tanks downstairs with water. And water in this game is massively important. Let's just... So there you go. This is the roof. You can see I've got lots of knobbly bits in a very hexagon sort of shape here. Yeah, it's two unusual ceiling panels there. Yeah, that would almost be better if I'd done that in an almost Resident Evil umbrella kind of sigil. But yeah, there you go. That's the roof. This is the roof pattern. I have these triangle parts. So for the hexagon, what I've basically done is place these triangles in the center, and then heading off of here, these are all just square panels. Just here, square flooring or square roofing panels, and they go all the way into the center here, and you can see every other one. Here, square panels. Here, square panels. Here, square panels. It's almost like a star shape there. And then in between we have triangles, and these mirror the floors below as well, so your roofs have to mirror the floor points below, and that's how you keep all of the shapes appropriate. I placed that little cover just over there. It was just that while I was working out here, I needed a bit of shade to hide from the sun. So there we go. Let's head back in. So what I have over here, leading down to the second floor, this is what I like to call the living area. Because really, you don't need a living area in Dune. I mean, aside from the work area, I spend very little time at the base. I'm normally out questing or gathering, harvesting, and the grind in this game is real. I know they say the struggle is real, but bloody hell, yeah, the grind in this game is real. If you like harvesting, if you like slinging on some music, headphones like I do, and then grinding and harvesting for materials, you'll love this game. If you hate constant grind, and I mean it is, if you hate the grind, then you're probably not going to get on with this game very well. So here we have it. This is my middle floor, really. And as you can see, that's the ladder up to the landing bay. We have a few lights here, not enough in my opinion. Lovely portrait of the Emperor up on the wall. And I can tell you, decorations are scarce in this game at the moment as well. Hopefully they bring out more deco. Little bookshelf over here. That is the stairs down, which we will be taking. So as you can see, the difference here, that piece there is the tomb facility building pieces. Whereas these are the normal tomb blocks that you see here. And I really like the stonework on it, which is why I decided to choose those. Have nice little archways going on. And over here we have the bedroom. So here we have a little chest of drawers, little nightstands. Can't really put much on the nightstands at the moment, to be honest. Which is a bit of a shame, because I would like to have some, you know, bedside lamps, some placeables on there, you know, little wake-up alarm clock. I'm not sure how Dune that is, to be honest with you. I've watched the original Dune. I've not watched any of the new series of Dune, so I'm not really familiar with how much decorations they would have and how much use they would have for it. But from a builder and decorating perspective, I think they're missing a trick there at the moment. Hopefully they'll consider that and bring things like that in later. Maybe in DLCs. And we have, now these are apparently wardrobes, so I placed the wardrobes over here so you at least have a bit of cover. That's why you stand here and get changed. Now don't blame me, they have no bathroom stuff yet. I've not attempted to make bathrooms or anything like that. Over here we have the dining room. So we have the only, it seems, available table and chairs. I think this is actually the Atreides set. They may have a Harkonnen set. I've not looked at that because I'm in actual fact, yeah, there we are. So far I'm an Atreides rank 5. I have not tried the Harkonnen set. I have not decided whether I'm going to switch sides yet. So here we have the dining set, carpet on the floor, nice little seating area there, again with a portrait of the Emperor, nice little wall deco in the back there. And I like these little side tables because they do give off a tiny bit of light. As we move around, you can see I have a wall mural here, which came from the recent weekend. They did a free weekend for everybody and anybody to jump on and try the game. And if you were on that weekend, you got this lovely worm wall mural. Because that's what, as if you haven't had enough of worms trying to eat you and bite your ass while you're out in the desert. Oh no, you want to plaster them on your wall as well. I mean, yeah, why not? Hey, I'm not going to complain. Decoration, a nice wall decoration is always good as far as I'm concerned. And here we have, these came out with the latest DLC. In the Harvest DLC, Lost Harvest DLC I think it's called. And you've got these lovely little holograms here. So I've placed them either side and turned this into a nice little area here for decorations and such. And then over here we have an office, because like I said, they haven't brought out a bathroom set yet, otherwise I'd have enclosed this and put a bathroom in here. But hey, I'd have put the office elsewhere. This is what we have at the moment. This is our bookshelf. And oh, sorry, I just put my shield on. Yes, so there we have a nice bookshelf. Again, a portrait of the Emperor. It's the only portraits going at the moment, okay? Don't judge me. It's the only portraits going. I do not have a sycophantic thing about the Emperor. I mean, He looks like he's seen better days, to be honest with you. It's the only portrait going. I have my little desk over here. Again, you know, you like to have a desk. I've been able to make a writing desk in particular in this game. I must say that the clipping is not particularly good. So I've done what I can. I have a nice little cup there, you know, where I can, you know, sit, have a drink, write notes, and I have a couple of little statues back there. And these wall partitions, they're not bad. I actually tried fitting those. I was trying to sit them in between these gaps here, and I was going to have them between there, but they won't sit on top of these half walls. They won't do that at all. I tried merging them into the half walls as well to see if that would work, and the answer is no. And here I have my other statue. I have a lovely donkey statue here. I say a donkey, actually it's just so that when my character wakes up in the morning I take a look over here and then realise how much of an ass I've been the day before. But that is a lovely little statue. Just to brighten up the room a bit. Again, you know, deco on statues is a little bit limited for the time being. But that's it. This is the living area. I'm going to have a final walk around. And there we have it, the living area. As I say, again with the floor, you can see I've now I've walled off this half, and you'll see why when we go downstairs. So we will go down to the first floor. We're going down to the first floor, not the ground floor, but we are going down to the first floor down here. Again, down here you can see I have my water purifiers up against this wall. This is where those wind traps that passively collect and distribute water. It's part of that system. So this is where, once I've collected blood from my enemies, you know, once your enemies die, you run up and you harvest them for blood, and then you purify their blood through these purifiers. There you go, blood purifier. And it turns their blood into water, which you can then drink. Over here we have a spice refinery. As I said, I've not been into the deep desert yet, so I don't have any spice to refine in it. But again, there's, you know, you can see with this base, with the amount of benches we have, this base takes up a single advanced fife, only 4,000 Solaris, every 2 weeks in real time, and can fit just about all the benches that you need, really. Over here I have a storage area. All those water tanks up above there are where all of my water is stored, so the water from the wind traps, water from the blood purifiers, all circulates and all gets stored into this storage area here. My storage area isn't very convoluted. I built this little shelf area here. These are the next stage of storage up from the very basic. Okay, I found that they are okay for storing, certainly for the level I'm at. As a solo player, I don't need as many materials as you would perhaps need for a clan or a guild. And so I've been reasonably happy with these as you go along. I like the fact that you can now label these. I have my consumables in there. Extra darts for my gun, med kits, cash, and food and drink. Just a chest with various tools and bits and pieces in that I randomly take off of dead enemies. Vehicle parts, self-explanatory. Tools, weapons, armor. That chest I just put raw ore in it. Spiced metals, forged ingots. Parts number 1. What do I put in parts number 1? Oh, all the various different bits and pieces. Parts number 2 for the overspill. So as you can see, you know, I've got my storage nicely organised. It's more organised than I am in real life, to be perfectly honest. I have a medium ore refinery over here. So this is not the largest one you can get. The same as next to it you can see a recycler. So all of this is really the small and medium sized refineries and items that you have. These are not yet the largest ones that you can get. So I have a single ore refinery, again single player, so that's probably all I need for the time being. Some people may suggest having more if you want to mass produce and if you play the game that often. Recycler, any old items, armor, weapons or anything else I pick up automatically go in there. I grind them down to their base materials and I get a number of them back. Over here we have a repair bench for me to repair any of my tools, weapons and armor. We have a weapons fabricator for me to create the weapons that I want and need. A garments fabricator to create all the armors and items that I want to wear, clothing items. As you can see, also the garage. This is what I like to call it's just a basic sand bike. I think I claimed this from somewhere. It's the lowest tier sand bike you can get in the game. Personally, I don't mind taking that into danger areas and then dumping it. They're like 2 a penny. You can find them anywhere. Over here I have my my real sand bike. I think that's only a Mark. You can get like from Mark 1 to Mark 6. I think this is a Mark 4. So, you know, it's getting there. My buggy over here for mining. It's quite a big thing. I do quite like those. See another door there leads downwards. However, we'll be going there in a bit. Chemical refinery over here, which is what I use to make fuel cells for the vehicles, which is why it's sat here in the garage. Little box for me to keep spare fuel cells and items in. Vehicle fabricator here for me to actually produce and make the vehicles. And here we have fabricators, both the advanced fabricator, normal fabricator. And then over here we have a huge worm statue, which reminds me what the hell to stay out the way of every time I leave the base. And you do want to avoid those. Very much so. That's one aspect of the game I do like, where if you get eaten by a worm, you lose everything. It's nice, there are serious repercussions in this game, so if you happen to get eaten by them, and you shouldn't really, but if you happen to get eaten by them, you lose everything, your backpack, your clothes, you'll turn up, you'll respawn in nothing but your tighty whities, so, you know, don't get eaten by worms, I think. It's the main thing. And here we have my main entrance. We'll just run out here and take a look. That's basically how it looks from the front. Oh, I just placed a mark. Oops. Yeah, and that's basically how it looks. And I'm actually here in the eastern shield wall. As you can see, it's pretty much a hexagon. I have these things just off of it with the roofs. I wanted to give it a little bit of definition. Didn't want it to be like a straight up, you know, 6 o'clock to 12 o'clock kind of build, just straight up, straight down. I want to give it just a little definition. As I said, these are basic blocks. Everything it's built out of is out of granite. Granite, you can get it everywhere and anywhere. Now, admittedly, when you start the game, you start with a sub-5, so you're not going to be able to have as big a build as this, but when you consider this is just a single advanced 5 and you get all this room from it, you know, with plenty of room to spare. I mean, even if you did away with upstairs and didn't have all of the furniture and the decor, you'd have tons of room. And if you didn't have the study and you didn't have the dining room limit, you could actually, if you really wanted to, have, you know, guildsmen with their beds there and a few little personal boxes for them. I mean, and then of course we have downstairs. Downstairs is really simple, really self-explanatory. You guys, you're probably wondering, well, how do you power all of this? Okay, there's my advanced 5. Placed it there for the moment. I'll move it back where it was afterwards. But as you can see, there is tons of room down here. Now, many people are going to say, well, you know, why haven't you upgraded your generators? These are the generators you get at the very beginning of the game. It's because they're easy. They're really easy to produce, and they're really easy to run. They take fuel cells. Fuel cells are practically laying all over the place everywhere. And once you get a buggy, you can go and harvest them to your heart's delight. So I haven't yet found a need for them. Maybe once I get the advanced benches and this place is taken up, then maybe I'll need them. But as you can see, there is so much room down here. Again, you could put some benches down here if you wished. You could have your storage boxes down here if you wished. I've chosen to put the generators down here, so they're just out of sight, out of mind. Occasionally, when I have some fuel cells, I run down here. And if we have a quick look in here, you can basically see the run over the base. So yeah, I've got, I've fed it fuel cells recently, so got enough for 18 days, 17 hours before the shields and everything go down. No storm alerts. My taxes are paid. I've got another 8 days before the taxes need paying. So as you can see, for the layout of the base, I am really using up a lot of the power at the moment. So as you can see, there's 938 used. I only have 37 watts of power left. There are many benches that are just going to use 37 watts, so normally a bit more than that. But hey, I've got just about everything I want there at the moment. So, yep, the amount of water I have stored, the amount of water I have ready, and I'm not even using half, barely any of the storage space that I've got. Over here, you can see the advanced sub-5 allows you a certain amount of, base building area. How many building? I've used 743 pieces in this base out of a potential 2,500. You could have a lot more. You could have it a lot bigger. I could always put another floor on top if I wished. Don't see the point. Production. So that's how many benches I have in this base. I have 32 benches in this base. This is including generators, including the weapons fabricator and everything else. I only have 32. I've got another 8 I could potentially have in this base. Definitely with the power usage at the moment, I would need to make at least another 2 or 3 of those generators, so potentially another 5 benches before I'd have to change that. I've got 30 lights. The lights don't give out enough light in this game. Now obviously we already know I suffer with poor sight, partially blind, so I do need some more lights, and they only allow you 30 lights. To be honest, yeah, it's pretty poor. Yep, storage, 22 out of 75. I could have a lot more storage boxes in here if I wished. Decorations, I've used 46 out of possible 300. I mean, basically, there's still an awful lot more that you could do to this place. As a single player, I'm not sure that I would. I don't need to. I do play the game reasonably regularly. But, yeah. That is it. That is the basis I have it. Now, I've already used the Solida replicator, and I've been selling this base with the preview on the trade market, and I've actually sold 4 so far. Now, I'd love to extol it and say at the moment in time that's because this is a really good base, could be, built from the beginning, almost. And, obviously it fits just about everything. So from beginning of play to middle of play, almost to end of play, this would be perfect. It would be just what you need, whether you've got a small group or whether you're a single player. And like I say, I've sold 4 of them so far. I like to think that makes the base fairly successful. I also put it on a very reasonable price, so I didn't overinflate it, because beginning players not going to have that much money and probably prioritize other things. And I think it's always nice if other people can actually use your base and your ideas. So again, I think that's well done on that to the makers, to Funcom. But that's it. That's the base. I now have it committed to memory. Like I said, I've now seen the patterns and everything on the floor. I know how it's done. That's good. Should I ever want to replicate another base like this, whether it be this game or another, then yeah, like I said, I have it to memory. I can add this to the records, and if you've watched this far, if you're interested, then thank you very much. It's greatly appreciated. If you like what you see for the building and decoration, then please do subscribe. I will certainly be doing more building and decorating on other games as well. So if you do like to see that sort of thing, then please do subscribe. Leave a comment down in the channel whether you play this, whether you thought about playing this, what made you think about it, what put you off, what you like and what you don't like. But other than that, thank you very much for watching, and wherever you are in the world, whether it's morning, noon or evening, I hope you're doing well with life. And that's it from me for now. So till next time, bye for now.